Hey, what's happening, everybody out there in the XRP community? Welcome back to Investment Perspectives. Well, it's been a busy day and we're not done yet, but I wanted to talk about the stuff that we've been going on all the last handful of videos that we've done here, where we've talked and stressed over and over and over. We're waiting for these legal cornerstones to happen and these last few things to take place. And they're happening right now. There's two bills out on the U.S. law floor, and they're voting on them today. So maybe we have a decision later today, tonight, by tomorrow. Let's hope for. But anyway, I wanted to talk and just get into this thing. So the theme for today is regulations, laws. It's all right here. It's coming, and you can feel that it's coming. So let's get into this. So the first thing I want to start with is an article that I found. It was, or saw something, and it could have been, first of all, big shout out to WB. He has been all over it, just sending a lot of really great information for us to check out. And I've had a crazy schedule, so it's been really, really nice to be able to have that the go-to with him. So WB, thank you so much for everything you've been sending in today. So let's get into this. So bankingtech.com had an article for FinTech Futures, and it says, the title of the article is Real-Time Payments, the Next Big Thing in the U.S. Banking. So we know this, but again, here we are seeing the articles that are really starting to change their tone. No more are we hearing cryptos are bad, everything's associated to Bitcoin. We're starting to see the change in tide in the narrative of how people are putting this information out. And obviously the timing is perfect because we had the New York Times article that we had yesterday where it's now discussing the actual possibility of the US dollar losing its global reserve status to a digital currency. Wonder what that would be. So, you know, we're seeing all of this start to take place. The theme is there. The bills are on the floor. We're looking at those in a second, too. Let's go to the next article. The next article is titled, Lawmakers Look to Change SEC 72-Year-Old Securities Definition to Exclude Cryptocurrencies. Well, isn't that something? Mr. Jay Clayton, who loves to tell us that they are not looking to do any violence to the SEC rule book. It has been in place for a long time. So it looks now they're looking to do some construction, right? Because they want to add to it or change something. So somebody's getting ready to do something to something. And it's pretty neat to see all of this taking place because we've all anticipated this for so long and been waiting for these moments and these things to happen and these certain watermarks to be hit. We're here. We're here. This is the real action that's going to need to take place for everything that we have been waiting for to happen. And it is very, very exciting to own this asset and to see this kind of stuff taking place and to realize we were early to the dance, but they're getting ready to start this dance. So it is really, really fun. Let's move now to the more logistics of the theme of the bills that are being put forward. So in the House of Representatives, one of the bills we're looking at is to promote fair and transparent virtual currency markets by examining the potential for price manipulation. Now we all know how important that is. Bitcoin is the poster child for that. So when you go through this document, it obviously breaks down all the obvious things that you would imagine about being able to set the right kind of guidelines in place for price manipulation and oversight. In general, there's a section here I'm going to read. In general, no later than 1 year after the date of the enactment of this act, the chairman of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, interesting, where are we talking about that at? So in consultation with the heads of the Security Exchange Commission, and you have to remember, they're going to be players in this game because the products that are sold on top of the underlying asset, when we get outside of futures, the SEC gets back in the game when it comes to commodities because the call options and products like that are going to be considered third-tier products, and there's going to be some oversight from the SEC there. So, okay, it goes on to say, and other relevant federal agencies as determined by the chairman of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. So again, reinforcing the notion, we've said it here, We're getting it official here. It's in the bill on the floor with the House of Representatives. The CFTC is the referee on this game floor here. So let's keep going now. Shall submit to the committees Agriculture and on Financial Services of the House of Representatives, and the committees on Agriculture, Nutrition, Forestry, and on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs of the Senate, a report to promote and transparent virtual currency markets by examining the potential for price manipulation. The report shall include the following, and then it breaks down a brief description of how they lay this out. And let's just run through it real quick. So, one, a brief description, method by which person could manipulate the price of a virtual currency. B, which types of virtual currency, if any, are susceptible to being manipulated. And C, the effects on and the particular harm to investors if price manipulation of a virtual currency occurs. So all your standard stuff just laid out now in a bill to define these things for this brand new asset class. Okay, so now let's go to the second bill. And here we're looking at the House of Representatives to promote the United States competitiveness in the evolving global virtual currency marketplace. So all of this talk about the U.S. is waiting too long and the U.S. has been on the sideline, everything's been going on behind the curtain. They make it look this way because this is the way they want it to look to you. And us, me, all of us, right? This is the way they want it to look so they can do everything they need to do to get all the things in place. So when they put this through, it's going to go off like we've probably never even witnessed, because, anything that's had innovation tied to it years ago had innovation tied to it, and it was, a normal course of action. But when you take what Ripple and XRP do and accomplish together, and what they can do with the global network they've already got in place that we know about, I want you to think about the fact that the acceleration of all of that, because the internet already exists, and no one has to explain to somebody what the internet is anymore. So the fact that they're able to do what they're doing and just basically ramp up a new version of the internet on top of this thing is going to 2019 is going to be a great year, I think. I mean, obviously, and every year after. Okay, so let's keep moving forward. So this bill here is for the United States competitiveness in the evolving global virtual currency marketplace. So, like we talked about in videos before, the G20 summit, the FATF, it's a global compliant issue. Everybody's on board here. They make it look like everybody's doing their own thing, and obviously everybody is getting their own house in order, to say. But the truth is they're all working with a macro plan. How is it that the timelines of the news starts to change and come back to now everything's looking really fantastic and just here comes all this stuff we've been waiting on, perfectly timed, right? It's because there is an orchestration and a method of how to roll out new products in emerging markets. And we have been watching Ripple do it in just at an amazing level. I mean, what they're doing is just at a high level. It's just incredible to watch. So back to the bill here and coming down here, it goes through all the bullet points that they want to give to define, growth and stimulating the actual virtual currency marketplace in general. And the one thing I wanted to do is come down here and just give the definition that they give in both bills for a virtual currency defined. And it is this: in this act, the term virtual currency means a digital representation of value that does not have legal tender status and that functions as a medium of exchange, a unit of account, or a store of value. There you have it. That's the government telling us exactly what's going on for this market right there. And I can't wait for the next step when we go down a little further and they go past just the regulation for the market and we get the ruling and the legal ruling that we need for XRP. Guys, I'm going to kill it right there. I want to say, I hope everybody, if you celebrate Christmas, you have a great Christmas. If not, I wish you a happy Hanukkah or any other holiday you celebrate. And if you don't, I just hope you enjoy the next few days of this holiday season with yourself and your family hanging out. And I will catch you on the next one. And obviously, if we hear a decision about any of these bills, I will have a video up right away to keep you guys posted. Hit the like, leave some comments, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.